Okay, so for the final act of this set, this person likely can win like the World Cup of the nicest person on earth. It's like there's just a sense of niceness about the person when you see the person, and when you get to speak with the person, and when you hear the words that he has to say. Can we welcome Ace on stage?
How are you doing? You alright? My name is Ace. Before I get into my poem, real quick, I'm gonna hit you with the rhythms. So listen from this beginning. I'm spitting for the men and the women who keep on sinning. Filling and billing a zoot to pass around and have a toke. Ain't like the Lizzie that politicians used to sniff. Living as a villain and willing to ever listen and spilling their opinion whenever there's a drilling. Fulfilling the austerity they keep on instilling. They might make a killing, but we're really the ones killing. Because struggle and strive taught us true kindness. We exchange compliments because we know that they're priceless. Embracing friends, family, old flames and our neighbours. A quick smile goes a long way in making the day of a stranger. Remember to shovel love towards yourself the same amount you gave, because your generosity should never dig your own grave. Make the most out of life and celebrate all the positives. Say I can't believe I did that more than I should have done this. Good things come to those who wait, yeah, sure. But my question to you is, well, what are you waiting for? I said to myself, I need self-confidence instead of self-loathing. I started writing lyrics to help myself begin growing. So like, instead of just sitting on my arse and doing out about it and running rings around the rhymes I've been spitting, I commit to bars because I don't want to quit. I'm a poetry addict more than I hate to admit. Take it in, tech time, take a breath, rewind, take a breath, tech time, take it in your mind.
Like that, yeah?
And do your best living. Who am I kidding? I'm just a poet with a little rhythm. Mad love to all of you here at Bring Your Own Bars. Mad love to everyone that's performed so far as well, man. You guys have been absolutely incredible. Adjust that a little bit. Yeah. You found my page because I've written something little new. I just wanted to say before I get into it, like, shout out to Black Squirrel for the merch. The Villa's been repping it today as well. Support and follow all the creatives you meet in life. You can follow me on Instagram if you want to, at AIZPoetry, at AIZPoetry. I'm biggest thanks to my brother Soft Spoken. Like, since I started on the scene, he's shown nothing but love, and as well as Tanika and Apple. Thanks for having me as a special guest. I really appreciate it. It ain't easy launching and hosting a brand new night. So people who show some love, make some noise, do a big round of applause. So for tonight, I've just written a new poem on gentrification, because I figured as much as I love this venue and the fact that we're in Wembley, what better place to express my personally affected feelings on gentrification than a whole Boxpark. It's a complicated subject with pros and cons, so we don't really discuss enough, especially in London. So let me use this platform to break it all down. Gentrification is a displacement of existing communities by newcomers who are wealthier. Their higher rents and housing prices force these established working class people and businesses to move. Yeah, on the surface, an influx of cash into a poor area might mean everyone's quality of life there is healthier. More baked coffee shops to change the social character of the neighbourhood and let it improve. And yeah, this prime real estate investment can lead to places like the Boxpark we're in tonight, creating a few more jobs to cater for new desires, which I do believe is positive. If it wasn't for gentrification, then we wouldn't have had a poetry event like this BYOB take flight. Soft Spoken, Tanika and Akor wouldn't be hosted in this corner of our London metropolis. If it wasn't for gentrification, then you wouldn't all be here in one place. Here to enjoy all these incredible open micers and our talented headliner, Betsy Bex. Our special guest, Asim the Poet, Billy PM setting pace, and of course Solomon Adams spinning heat on the decks. But let's not forget what gentrification has done to our local businesses though. Family-run businesses and non-profit organisations. Growing up, I remember going into those shops for sellotape, but coming out with shampoo, toys and chocolate all for just £1, you know? It's mad how the same ones aren't there anymore and can't be enjoyed by future generations. Just because their customer base were made to disperse or their rent rose past what they could afford. Now my gentrified area is becoming less and less diverse, losing more of its sense of belonging. It just doesn't feel like my home anymore. As well as businesses having to leave the market, long-time residents are being made to leave their own homes. Lower income and statistically families of colour find themselves facing rent increases which they can't pay. I'll never forget the day when one of my friends who lived near me his whole life started talking to me about loans. About how his block of flats was the one forced to be evicted, and he asked me to pray for his mum and his little sisters scraping pennies, still left with no other choice but to suddenly move into faraway and limited temporary accommodation. But first wait on a waiting list so long it was a complete violation. I saw him doing what he had to do to survive, to help provide and put food on their table, all because their local council government wanted to be strong and stable. I've seen them shove people out just so they could redevelop land with little to no warning. And those same people becoming homeless, like the person asking you for spare change on your commute every morning. Being forced to leave your home is not just destructive and stressful, but a clear message that you are unwanted and so are all the others like you. How would you feel if you or your children had to grow up thinking that way for the rest of your life too? And one of the worst things about this is people aren't necessarily even moving in to replace those who left. Imagine making London desirable for foreign investors or those who want to buy a holiday home. But when you walk down the street in one of the most vibrant cities in the world, it's so quiet and bereft. No lights, nobody's home, no more cultural vibrancy to roam. Which is what's still been happening to most of our London boroughs, leading the city to become a ghost town. It's been getting worse and worse over the last few decades. No wonder riots go down. Around the world, we've had gentrification riots and protests in areas like Berlin, San Francisco, London. I never support violence, but we need to first accept this issue of gentrification peacefully. The government trying to tell us this is urban renewal and social housing for more? Nah, gee. More like urban deprivation and social cleansing of the poor. The highest bidders might be winning now, but we the people are fighting back. I ain't ever gonna sugarcoat this or beat around the bush or backtrack. I don't ever do what I do for finger clicks or applause, or just do punchline wordplay for views or awards. I translate the belief of positive change into my mouth, making poetic noise. I speak up for the demographic who were made to feel like we don't have a voice. So when you go home, remember to show love to your family and local businesses. Do research on this matter before it's too late and speak up against those injustices. Maintain a conversation about the importance of having community, not losing it. We don't want luxury flats that no one can afford. We want genuinely affordable housing and we will not be ignored. We want community so our future generations can finally learn and be taught the essence of why somewhere is desirable to live cannot be built or bought.
I know you're going to do this.